Okay, here we go. Time for another one of these. This is gonna take forever. The original plan was to do Wrestling Pins number 9 to be Fight for the Fallen. Number 10 was gonna be the Evolve show. Number 11, Extreme Rules, and I wasn't gonna do the G1 because there's gonna be too many parts to the G1, and I don't want to make the whole G1 tournament as a whole its own big ass part, because then that's gonna be a long ass video. So we're not gonna do a G1 obviously. I was planning on doing the main event. We're gonna do the main event next week in the same episode as NXT UK, and 205 Live. And just for sake of simplicity, I did not watch the Evolve show. I still have not watched it, and it's like give or take 20 minutes after SmackDown News ended. So there we go. I finally decided to fucking do the review, and it's gonna be AEW versus Extreme Rules. This makes AEW Fight for Fun versus WWE Extreme Rules. This could take a while. It's gonna take a long ass time, to be fair. But I don't know. I kind of want this to be under half an hour, because I do tend to talk for a long period of time. So fuck it. Here we go. So AEW Fight for Fun kicks off. Well, we have the kickoff show, the pre-show, whatever the fuck you want to call it. We have that, which is the first two matches. But we're just gonna say the pay-per-view, as in general, starts off. Peter Avalon versus Sonny Kiss. Avalon is about to say something when he gets interrupted by Kiss, in which where the fuck Kiss is, I guess, is classified as, and his or her entrance, I guess you could say, entrance takes forever. Or is it her? I don't know. I'm confused. Whatever. Basically, Kiss is a very fucking shitty Velveteen Dream. Like a very shitty Velveteen Dream. Doesn't think Dream is not... Okay, well, I guess the comparison's not really all that accurate, but, okay. It was better off in the script, but now that I read it out loud, it's... yeah. Anyway, match was fucking stupid. Had no point to be in there. And, obviously, it's a pre-show match, so it doesn't really matter much. It was a way to build up Sonny Kiss and all that good stuff. Yep, whatever, that worked. I guess. You're gonna hear me say a whole lot of bad stuff about it. I'm gonna say it right now. I didn't like this as much as Fyter Fest. So yeah, there's that. That explains how the rest of this whole thing is gonna work for the AEW portion, at least. Backstage interview with Cody and Goldust, Dustin Rhodes, whatever. Still use the same Goldust, but Dustin Rhodes on their match later and tonight. As it basically spoils their game plan, so the Bucks could know, and blah blah good stuff. Why do I even review the backstage interview parts for any wrestling show? I have no idea, because it's usually just gonna be me saying the same thing. Either it deserves to be there, or either it doesn't deserve to be there. I don't know why I reviewed those portions in it as well. Anyway, Britt Baker and Rio takes on the Nakajima chick, Shoko Nakajima, I believe, and Bea Priestley, whatever. Once again, another pre-show match that wasn't really as good as the Fyter Fest pre-shows, if you ask me. Baker looks like a slightly older Emma, but just more fit, I guess. Technical start between Baker and Sho, so Nakajima, I guess. Baker botches and confused Rio with Sho, which that was funny. They both look the same. And that was actually pretty funny. Heel work by Sho and Priestley while the ref wasn't looking. Nice Ritty roll into a double stomp by Rio, and a couple botches and some clumsy moves altogether. Captions were randomly turned on during the match at one point. It later then got turned off like 5-10 minutes later, but yeah, that was I believe the AEW production, because I checked it on like a different device and it also had the captions on, even though it said captions off. So there you go. That was weird. Anyway, Rob Michelle gets the victory. I didn't really pay much attention for the match, so whatever. I can't tell you if it was great or not. I just paid attention to the parts where I looked up at the screen to actually watch what the fuck was happening. So there we go. Backstage interview with Kip Sabian, or Sabin, where the fuck, as he gives the classic "I came here to succeed, I am the best athlete," all that cliche, the cliche shit for everyone, none special, whatever. Captions finally turned off, and decent mic work from Kip. Once again, way too cliche though. Cold open. It does a good job to hype up the pay-per-view. I saw it on YouTube before the pay-per-view even happened. before the pre-show even started. So yeah, saw it twice and I liked it. So far, the cold open has actually been the best thing of the show. MJF, Sammy Guevara, or Guevara, where the fuck, and Shawn Spears, Ty Dillinger, versus Darby Allin, Jimmy Havoc, and Joey Janela. I fucking love that team of Allin, Havoc, and Janela. That's pretty fucking good. I missed the first 2 to 5 minutes of the match, not gonna lie, but once I tuned in again, which to be fair, I didn't want to actually miss the match. I actually didn't want to miss it, but I did, due to reasons. So, but yeah, once I tuned in, obvious tension between MJF and Spears as MJF taunted Spears with the Ty Dillinger Perfect 10 gimmick, the Perfect 10 taunt. So that was actually pretty cool. Awesome superplex by Havoc to Sammy off from both Spears and MJF's back. So I guess almost Tower of Doom, but not really. Acid Rainmaker by Havoc to MJF. Spears hits a Death Valley driver to Allin and gets the victory. So, there we go. Alright, 6-man tag. Not too great, not too really bad either. Just nothing too special, but still entertained. So far, the best match of the show. Of course, we will get on to some more stuff later on that will actually top that. But yeah, there we go. Where are we up to? Brandi Rhodes versus Ali. Alright, this fucking mess. We got a promo for it. It was whatever. We head into the actual matchup after that. Awesome Kong comes down to the ring and basically the insurance policy for Brandi. And Kong hasn't really aged today since her TNA days. She still looks the same. So there you go. But there you go. She's the insurance policy, the bodyguard for Brandi Rhodes, basically. 2-in-1 heel work with Kong, Lumen, and causing distractions on the outside on multiple occasions. Not to mention Ali just randomly got distracted by Kong, even though Kong wasn't doing anything. So she just kept looking at her and shit to basically initiate the heel work or whatever the fuck. Anyway, crappy forearm exchange just wasn't all that good. Even Ali versus the library chick was actually better than this Ali match. Well, she ain't bad, but it's mostly Brandi that's bad here. Weird ass suplex type variation by, I believe it was Brandi Rhodes, going off the rope, second rope, doing a whole bunch of like a tornado DT type thing suplex. It was weird, but I actually kind of liked it. Because I realized I'd be a hypocrite because it was someone else that's doing it, and I would actually say that it's kind of cool. But, whatever, it was alright. Super Chicken Death Valley Driver doesn't get the 3 for Ali. Dragon Sleeper Riley does not get the win, as that was actually pretty cool. Kong would later distract the ref, while Brandi was tapping out to the Dragon Sleeper. Shea Spear by Rhodes gives her the victory. And the COO, or the Chief Operating Officer, COO, or the Chief Brandon Officer, where the fuck she calls her, where the fuck she is, she puts herself over, basically. Great fucking job. Yeah, she can't wrestle for shit. She can't wrestle for shit. So, will she improve? Probably. But for now, I could just fucking say all the shit I want because she hasn't improved yet. We are not All Out, at least just yet. Will she have another matchup at All Out? Probably. And will she do better? Probably not. But we shall see. Prove me wrong. But for this match, fucking shitty. Fucking sucked. The real talking point was Kong and Brandi later than beat down Ali until Aja Kong fucking appears, and basically the crowd, they don't really give a shit. To be fair, I didn't even know that Aja Kong was actually still wrestling, to be fair, but yeah, that happened. There was a stare down after, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Intense stare down. That was gonna lead to a brawl. It didn't. So All Out, maybe. Not really too sure. Maybe even the next pay-per-view after All Out. We shall see. That basically plants the seeds nicely. So yeah, there we go. That works out, I guess. Dark Order, Evil Uno, and Stu Grayson. They take on Jack Evans and Helgo and Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Evil Uno bites at the ear of Angelico, I should say. Luchasaurus and Evil Uno have a pretty cool stare down, I guess. I guess I could say cool. I was gonna say pretty awesome, but nah, it's cool, I guess. Dark Order, they beat down Jungle Boy for majority of mid-match. Hot Tiger Luchasaurus kicks some ass and chokeslams Evans into Angelico, which was actually nice. Springboard double stomp into a back suplex was pretty nice from Evans and Angelico. The ref sucks as he doesn't DQ the guy that was with Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. Don't know who it was. Looks like a fucking younger Spike Dudley. That's what I took from that. So yeah, the referees fucking sucked here because basically the storytelling for all the refs not disqualifying people. It was basically the refs is gonna let them fight. The ref is gonna let them, put on together a 5-star classic, all that good shit. That's basically a storytelling. So basically, the ref will not do its actual fucking job and disqualify them, because that right there would have been disqualification. Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy would have lost. But what the fuck are? Not to mention, none of these matches had hardcore stipulations, did they? I believe I'm right in that. Fyter Fest they did, obviously. For this one, I believe there wasn't one match that had a hardcore stipulation. Probably Omega and Shima. I can't remember though. I'm not too sure about that. We'll get into that match there. But bottom line, I get the storytelling, but I don't fucking like it. Fyter Fest, once again, still fucking way better than this. Anyway, moving on here. Where the fuck am I up to? Great combination maneuver that does get the victory for a boy and his dinosaur, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Pretty good tag team. I like it. So that works. Fatality by Dark Order on Jungle Boy get them the victory. And in a pretty damn good match. So there you go. Once again, Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus. Good tag team. Dark Order. That their entrance shit is weird, but I guess cool at the same time. But then again, fucking weird. And Angelico and Jack Evans. Fucking Jack Evans high flying. Angelico, I remember him somewhat in Lucha Underground. Don't remember too much. I can see he's still wearing the same attire as he did in Lucha Underground. So there we go, I guess. Yeah. I do wish the match was a little bit shorter, though. I do have to at least admit that. I feel like it dragged on a little bit too long. Some matches fucking felt like they took forever. Especially one match in particular that we are going to soon get to. That's gonna it's gonna be a difference between people liking or disliking this part. Because this is gonna be 2-1 at this point. So, yeah, before the AEW stuff. the match that I am not gonna fucking kiss up to. We shall get to that. But anyway, we got Adam Page hype segment. That was actually pretty nice. Kit Sabian versus Adam Page. Nice exchange of strikes. Page starts selling the knee injury, which good work on him. Not sure if it's an actual knee injury or not. I actually don't know. If it's a work, then he's pretty good at selling. If it's not a work, well then, shit. Nice bridge pump handle suplex by Page. Only for 2, though. The annoying fan with glasses from Fyter Fest. Apparently he's in a whole lot of NXT shows, the NXT tapings. Not gonna lie, I've never seen him in the NXT shows. I haven't seen him. To be fair, I don't really pay attention to the crowd all that much. The AEW crowd I pay attention to a lot just to see the stereotypes of wrestling fans. Because it's the greatest amount of stereotypes you could get from it. And I don't really pay attention to the NXT ones. Why? Because I actually want to just enjoy NXT and not fucking stare at the crowd. For AEW though, that's a different story. And we see that fan from Fyter Fest that said thank you to Omega, for Omega and the Bucks putting on a fucking great matchup with Laredo Kid and Lucha Bros. Which it was a great 6-man tag. Best match of the night, if you ask me. Anyway, getting fucking out of track here. Bottom line, he's there. Kip Sabian almost fucking kisses him. That was that was a close call. It legit was almost lip-to-lip contact. Like, that fucking shit was. Well, there. Yeah, double foot stomp on the apron, reversed into a back suplex onto the apron by Adam Page. Moonsault onto the outside by Page as he sells the injury after. So once again, selling that knee injury. Very nice. Once again, don't know if it's a work or not. If it's not, then you know how I feel about it. Good selling if it's a work. And then, obviously you can't sell that shit if you're actually hurt. Powerbomb from the ring into the ramp. So that was a nice spot. It's like one of those TNA ramps. Or like the TNA ramp that they had for a short period of time in like 2012, 2013, 2014. I actually like those ramps, kind of, but I also don't like those ramps. It's like 50-50. Anyway, top rope swinging neck breaker gets Page the 2. Deadeye gets Page the actual win this time. And with only, I I can't remember actually. This is actually not in the script. Was it 5 seconds? I think it was 5 seconds. Left in the match, or 50 something. Has to be one of those two, I think. Bottom line, there was under a minute left. I do remember that. Dark Order Goon is obviously Jericho as he attacks Paige and hits the Judas effect. That fucking Judas effect, I swear. A fucking back elbow, almost as worse as Cena's fucking punch. Yeah. Anyway, Jericho flips off the crowd as they finally say their thank you to the god that is Y2J. They should have said it a long ass time ago. And then all of a sudden, when he does something, they do it. Also, I'm trying to stay in kayfabe here. Obviously, I'm fucking not really that much of a Jericho mark. I mean, I am, but not that fucking much where I could say that sentence that I just said and keep a straight face on. SCU versus the Lucha Dragons. SCU did great heel work as they both taunt the Jacksonville crowd, rightfully so, since the Jaguars are fucking whatever, I guess. Jaguars ain't making the fuck playoffs. But then again, this is not football season. Once we get to football season, I'll probably actually do some football related stuff. I did in 2016 and 2017. 2018, I didn't really do anything much related to football at all, to be fair. So maybe we could change that around once football season starts. Anyway, moving on. Cool Lucha Bros entrance. Reminds me of the fucking... This is not in the script either. Kind of reminds me of the fucking... The Tensai fucking entrance stuff that he had when he returned to WWE. And he probably had it in New Japan as well, most likely, when he was in New Japan for a while. But then again, I have never watched Tensai's New Japan stuff. But yeah, it's like that thing, the Dungeon Warrior effect, or whatever. Anyway, Pentagon and Sky, they each other, fucking... What the fuck am I saying? Nice little sequence between Phoenix and Kasarin and Pentagon and Sky. Basically, it was pretty entertaining. You know, the whole classic sequence, whatever the fuck. Can't remember. But whatever. Multiple super kicks by Lucha Bros to all three members of SCU as fucking Daniels turns around into a double super kick from Phoenix and Pentagon. That was awesome. Daniels fucking sold that perfectly. The Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, fucking great sell. I love that shit. That was awesome. Step up rolling kick by Phoenix. That was nice. Phoenix forgets his spot at one point as he forgets to dive to the outside. He looked confused for a good 3 seconds, but he was able to recuperate, remember his spot. Assisted DDT from the top rope gets the 2 count for SCU. Rope walk double stomp by Ray. And a Canadian Destroyer by Pentagon gets a 2 onto a double stomp package power driver. Gets the Lucha Bros the win. And now Lucha Bros beat down SCU after a match. And cut promo calling out the Young Bucks in a ladder match for All Out. Holy shit, that was a lot to say. So basically, actually, very good match. So this pay-per-view has its ups and downs, as we will also later see as we progress. But then again, this so far will be the best match of the night. Until we actually head into the next match. CIMA versus Kenny Omega. Now, not gonna lie, 2016 when Dave Meltzer gave the fucking 6-star, 7-star match rating to Omega and Okada, not gonna lie, I kinda became an Omega mark. I became an Omega mark, and I hated that. Because I was also one of those, maybe, the New Japan marks that shit on everything that they did. And that was me for a good 2 months after seeing the Dave Meltzer rated and the match all together. Obviously, I'm no longer that. Because I'm not fucking stupid like I was 2 years ago. Good thing, but that doesn't mean I still don't appreciate an Omega match. Because I'm not the WWE marks that hate him, and I'm not the AEW/indie marks that fucking love him. Marks, were same shit. Not really. But we could basically count both of them into that department of hating or loving Omega. I still don't hate him. Basically, is what I'm trying to fucking say. He's a good wrestler. Doesn't mean I'm going to kiss up to him and say that every matchup is fucking 8 stars. Yes, I said 8. Anyway, athletic display from both competitors early on. Forearm and chop exchange from both. I always love those exchanges. Always good. Perfect driver gets CIMA the 2. Spin heel kick to the back of the head by Omega. Sunset flip powerbomb from the top rope by CIMA. Omega works on the knee on CIMA for a short period of time. Or at least not a short period of time. For a while on throughout the match. CIMA hits a Meteora to Omega from the border on the production table, where it was, whatever he jumped off of, where the rest of the top row of the guardrails were, where the fuck it was. You guys know what I'm talking about. That whole thing. He does a whole lot of fucking meteors throughout this match. It actually kind of gets annoying, to be fair. And that's kind of what stops this matchup from me enjoying it a little bit more. Because too many fucking meteors. I got sick and tired of seeing it. Meteor reversed into a whole crazy Omega move sequence that I couldn't really keep up with. A V trigger at one point, and maybe a dragon suplex. You know, the classic Omega sequence that he usually fucking does with grapples and back suplexes. That whole classic shit. Couldn't really keep up, so yeah. Couldn't keep up, so I couldn't write it down. Air raid crash neckbreaker onto the apron as the crowd chant, "You killed Kenny," which was pretty funny. They chanted for maybe under 5 seconds. Like, it was a very short "You killed Kenny" chant. It was pretty cool though. The "Oh my god, you killed Kenny, you bastards." That South Park thing. I love that. That was a good chant. It lasted way too short, if you ask me. Bench step exchange from both, which leads to a great striking exchange. Once again, those exchanges, move exchanges, I always love those. V-trigger and Wandering Angel gets Kenny the out of nowhere victory. And the dream match did live up to expectations, but it was not 5 stars, obviously. Not really 5 stars. Like what Meltzer, it's not 5 stars like basically what Dave Meltzer would rate for his boyfriend. Because Meltzer will rate any fucking Omega and Okada match fucking 10 stars if he had the opportunity to. Bottom line, anything that's not WCW or anything that's not WWE or anything that's not fucking TNA, he would rate fucking 5 stars. Okay, to be fair, he's given TNA some leeway in the past, but you know what I mean. Current day, and not to mention the past WCW stuff as well. So there we go. That's done. I'm done with the fucking Dave Meltzer rant. Probably gonna be doing a whole lot of these every fucking AEW video, to be fair. Jericho comes down to a ring for the open mic segment. Now, in retrospect, probably was not that good. However, in the moment, I liked it. But was it as good as I remembered it? Or thinking back at it, I guess probably maybe not. But then again, it wasn't horrible. Some people said it was shitty. Others said it was fucking great. I'm in between. I'm in the middle. I'm not gonna be hypocritical. Of A, I'm a mark for Jericho, and B, I want to say bad stuff about AEW because their fan base fucking sucks. So we got those two factors playing into this segment, and so I'm gonna be very, very impartial. I'm gonna be very, very fair for this shit. So without further ado, I'm gonna say this right now. Great heel work from Jericho, as fucking always. This Jericho, gotta admit, he's always charismatic. No matter how fucking old he's ever gonna be. He's like fucking 50 now. And he could A, still go, and B, fucking still has mic work. So, there you go. And he actually puts Adam Page over at one point, saying he has to beat the Hangman, He repeats it way too many times. I will admit that. Kinda got annoying. I like the 3rd time he said it. No, 4th time. He probably said more than 5 if you ask me. But yeah, he said it way too many times. He did put Adam Page over, though, at some points, besides the I have to beat the Hangman part. He said some other shit that I can't really remember, but I do remember him saying it. If that makes any sense. Probably doesn't, but whatever the fuck. Jericho tells the annoying fan that Kip Sabian almost fucking kissed to sit down. Rightfully so. I marked out for that. That fan is fucking annoying the shit out of me. Fucking... Anyway. Page attacks Jericho from behind, and it was a pretty intense and awesome segment. Not gonna lie, I liked it. The attack worked out well, and Page got busted open and like across the eyebrow at one point in the matchup. So, not one point in the matchup, one point in the segment, I should say. So, yeah, there we go. Pretty much it, as we now go into, I believe, the main event. Yeah, we go into the main event. The match promo for your main event was short but entertaining. I did like it. I will give props on that. I really did like it. Nice opening exchange by Cody and Nick. Once again, opening exchanges for any indie show is usually good, so I usually give it props on that. Well, majority. I guess. Majority of this, because obviously not Allie and Brandy Rhodes murder. That was pretty shitty. Pretty clumsy. Whatever. Nice opening exchange. Once again. So there we go. Back by drop by Dustin to both of the Bucks at one point in the match. So that was actually pretty cool. Dustin slaps the fuck out of Nick in the apron. Crossbody to both Bucks from the top rope as a hot tag to Cody is made finally. So basically the Bucks wore down Dustin for a while. And then Cody Rhodes was given the hot tag. Dive from the ring onto the ramp by Cody to Matt Jackson. Dustin starts to work on the arm/shoulder area of Matt Jackson, and this fucking milks on for a long ass time. It starts to get sort of boring, not gonna lie. Matt's fucking left shoulder, I think, left arm area, it basically gets fucking killed. Like, it gets worked on for such a long period of time. Good 5, maybe 10, I'm not gonna say 10 minutes. Fucking 5 minutes, at the very least. It gets very tiring very, very quick. In stereo sharpshooters though, by the Bucks to both Rhodes. Once the Matt's shoulder wearing down part is over, it starts to pick up a little bit more like it did in the beginning slightly. So there we go. At the very least, it starts to get better after the shoulder wear down part. So we have the in-stereo sharpshooters by the Bucks to both Rhodes, as the Rhodes there then do in-stereo figure 4 leg locks. So that was actually a pretty nice moment. Not gonna lie, I like that. Meltzer driver countered. Disaster kick assisted Crossroads, and pin later gets broken up by Nick Jackson. Great exchange, gets broken up, and it's intense towards the end right there, so that was pretty nice. Double Shattered Dreams and corkscrew suplexes lead for a 2 for Dustin Rhodes. I like how the crowd didn't really give a shit for Dustin's corkscrew suplex finish. Like, they probably remember the Shattered Dreams one, but then once he did the whole corkscrew suplex, whatever the fuck it was called, finish, they was like, yeah, we don't fucking give a shit. Do you think they will pop? But no, they pop as they do in a regular Goldust on Raw match. No, fuck it. A Goldust on Main Event or Superstars. A Goldust on a 2014 episode of Superstars type thing. Like Goldust versus Bodas and him doing the fucking corkscrew suplex. That's how they popped. So there we go. Why am I being so fucking crucial for Goldust? Holy shit. But yeah, crowd didn't give a shit, so there we go. Both teams steal each other's signatures, strikes, but to no avail. Crossroads onto Cody. Gets a 2 for Matt, that was nice. Meltzer driver and the Bucks win fucking finally. The match dragged on for a while towards the last couple minutes. All in all, like, probably the most 50-50. Yes, I just named out the great spots, but then for bottom line, besides the spots part that I read for the match, it wasn't that entertaining besides just those moments, those tiny moments. The wearing down the shoulder part, once again, I keep saying this, bores me. I mean, I don't mind it for when it's like, for a couple minutes, or when it's like different maneuvers or stuff like that, or if it continues to like stay consistent throughout the match, but then again, not like that. Like, wearing it down was just way too long. I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say. I can't really get the words out on how I would book that wearing down the shoulder part of the match. But whatever. So there we go. All in all, the most 50-50 match. I am gonna say this, actually. Best match of the night to me was Omega and Shima. I actually wasn't bored by it. To be fair, I felt like each matchup dragged on a little bit like Fyter Fest did. But then again, it's like, I'm comparing it to like an episode of Raw. So it's like, is this pay-per-view gonna be as long as Raw or exceed an episode of Raw? So it's maybe that's why it feels like it's dragging on, because it gets closer and closer to getting to like the 11 o'clock limit. So that's why. But yeah, Omega and Shima, I liked it the best out of all the matches. So there we go. Main event, 50-50. Just a solid 50-50 for me. But we're not done yet. As we learn, then go to a segment after. The Bucks will pull over the Rhodes as one of the best teams in the world, one of the best teams they've ever faced, blah, blah. That's fucking bullshit. That matchup wasn't, whatever. Not true at all. Fight for a Fallen donation raised a total of $150,000. Omega donated $10,000. And some other people also donated, obviously, in the roster. And then all together, the venue, or what Cody actually says, is AEW raised $110,000. So Omega raised 10,000, and then some people also did some contributions, probably like the Bucks or whatever. And then the fans, or like what Cody says, AEW. So like just them, or if he means the fan base AEW, then yes. So basically, the fans really donated the $110,000, obviously by just tuning into the show, or at least making it to the venue, I should say. So great cause. To be fair, average pay-per-view. But then again, average will be a 2.5 out of 5 for me. I should probably refix those ratings. Because for me, when I think of like an average show, 2.5 out of 5. Because it's like in the 50-50 mark. And I keep rating a whole lot of shows 3s. So, we're probably going to fix that rating starting Wrestling Pins number 10. Whatever thing we do, not really sure. So there we go, and anything else at this point? Cody and Kenny thank the fans to end off the show. Kenny couldn't do the signature so long and good night and bang taunt because obviously it's raising awareness for gun violence, and he can't really do that because it's a gun. He caught himself. He almost did it. I'm pretty sure he probably did it a couple times in his matchup against Shima. But a couple times he caught himself, and he ultimately, caught himself, and he didn't do it in the show, that's raising awareness for gun violence. So there we go. That would have been so awkward if he did, though. He almost did at one point. So, yeah, he caught himself. Anyway, overall, if I had to rate this, 3.6. Yeah, better than an episode of Raw. And I think maybe a point lower than what I rated for SmackDown. Speaking of which, probably not going to be doing Raw and SmackDown reviews. I'm recording this a couple hours before NXT. Now, I started the recording in the beginning of the video, it was last night. And now midway through this part for the AEW portion, we're actually now a couple hours later because I didn't finish it. So there we go. You guys have time traveled from the beginning to now the middle of the video, in which was now 2 separate days for me because I continued it along the way at one point for this review. At the end of the first match was when we continued it on to the next day for this part. Anyway, so there we go. That was the AEW Fight for Final review. I like how I'm closing this like I finished the fucking video. But no! You all thought. No, you did. Because we have Extreme Rules. Okay, you guys already know the stuff that I liked and stuff that I didn't like for AEW Fight for Fun, so I'm not gonna go through that shit. You guys knew the match. You guys know the matches that I like. You guys know the matches that I fucking didn't like, and you guys know the ones that I felt 50-50 about. So you guys know the ups. You guys know the downs from my perspective, as I've already said in this review. So there you go. As we now head on into Extreme Rules, and wow, I can say this right now. It was surprisingly enjoyable. Let's just immediately get into it, basically. In the pre-show, kickoff show, we have the whole panel stuff. Not gonna really go over that. Besides the segments that and matches that are showcased. Kevin Owens is interviewed by Kayla Braxton backstage as Owen acts nice to Kayla. So yay, character progression. Because obviously when he was a heel, he was a dick. So there we go, character progression. And it was also now known that Ziggler and Owens will face tonight as well. In which, once we get into that matchup, interesting story, on my part, at least. Well, not really at all. Lacey Evans and Baron Corbin backstage segment saying of how they will kick Becky's and Seth's asses. And, yeah, they're going to basically fuck like Edge and Lita in 06 if they actually win the match. Which they didn't, but if they did, they probably would have. So, yeah, that works. I guess. Finn Balor defends the Intercontinental Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. So now, this matchup was the second matchup I was looking most forward to. I'm gonna say so now. The matchup I was looking the most forward to was Black and Cesaro, and it wasn't even a title match. Now, this matchup, Balor and Nakamura, after what happened between Nakamura and Balor on SmackDown, obviously it has some very short build, but it's a rather decent build up, and It's nothing really complain about. It's short build up, but it's good build up. So basically, apron spot is reversed by Finn Balor. Apron spot from SmackDown, I should say. The second rope Kinshasa, basically, or the second rope knee strike, basically. The Beyond SmackDown is reversed this time by Finn, so Finn able to get out of it compared to what he did on SmackDown. Toe pick on heel by Finn to Nakamura. Coup de grace attempt reverse by Nakamura. Sliding snap German suplex by Shinsuke, which was pretty cool. Kinshasa is reversed into a double foot stomp. The regular one, not the coup de grace one, just the regular one. And then we get shotgun dropkick, coup de grace, and missed by Balor, which leads later on to a knee to the back of the head by Nakamura, which is pretty vicious. I believe we also got that on SmackDown. And it's for the victory, basically a Kinshasa to the back of the head. And it's great fucking shit. And a nice final exchange as it really did pick up. It was already good in the beginning and the middle. It kind of slowed down a little bit, but not too much where it was boring. And then the ending. Great final exchange. Balor and Shinsuke pulling up a fucking good match. Not 5 stars, obviously, but just a rather entertaining match. Very enjoyable. I liked it. Solid kickoff show match. People that complain that they shouldn't have been on the kickoff. Well, yes, that is kind of true, but then again, they get more time. It's the kickoff. No one really gives a shit. Not like the 2 matches are going to exceed the hour limit. So, yeah, there you go. Overall, very, very good. I liked it. New Day backstage segment as they wish Charlie Caruso a happy birthday. And of course, New Day very comedic, as always. And the segment didn't really need to happen. Charlie Caruso just asked them some questions from the panel. And all that good shit, I guess. And so, that works, I guess. Didn't need to happen over there. New Day. The way they were positioned, like Xavier in the bottom, Biggie in the top, or Biggie in the middle, Kofi in the top. They basically created a whole fucking pyramid with their faces or whatever the fuck. That was whatever. Anyway, moving on. Drew Gulak defends the Cruiserweight Championship against Tony Nese. The midget Neville, a tinier Neville, as I always love to call Tony Nese, basically. Great brawl to start things off. Have to at least meant that crowd erupts in Let's Go Gulak chants, and I think maybe Let's Go Nese. I just heard Let's Go Gulak, but then again, probably was a Let's Go Nese chant as well. Vicious clothesline from the apron to the outside by Drew Gulak. Fucking great pump handle power slam by Tony Nese. That right there was beautiful. Both and reverse each other's finishers. 450 splash gets Nese a 2 as it was all knees to the chest on that connection. Usually, of course, the body connects. Torso area, and it didn't. It was all knees to the chest of Drew Gulak. As Tony Nese maybe undershot a little bit. Overshot a little bit, or Drew Gulak was too close to the turn post, basically. Great exchange of reversals at one point as the crowd chauffeur popped louder. But there, like a whole bunch of pin reversals, backslides, crucifixes, I believe, at one point. You know, the whole basic pin exchange. Crowd didn't really pop as loud as I wanted them to, but there. Cyclone Crash gives Gulak the victory in a rather 50-50 match. It was good, but the crowd reaction is what killed it for me. So basically, of course, the crowd reaction needs to be good, so then it doesn't ruin the atmosphere of the match. And it, like another good 205 Live showing from the Cruiserweight division, but it's like, then again, the crowd, they don't give a shit. But if it was an indie show, believe me, if it was an AEW show, and if we had Tony Nese and Drew Gulak, fucking people would say it's the greatest match ever, or some shit like that. So, yeah. Even if the Cruiserweights are able to put on a fucking great matchup on the Dode pay-per-view, it's like, you know, no one really gives a shit, sadly. The crowd never really pops at all. Mania, Money in the Bank, they didn't really pop, which rightfully so. Arya Daivari is not all that exciting. Daivari and Nese wasn't really the best match. It was probably the worst 205 Live match. The worst Cruiserweight matchup on the Dode pay-per-view we've had ever since 205 Live became a thing. I still feel like the Cruiserweights should be back on Raw and SmackDown like they were at one point. Obviously, before the brand split died out. The good times of the Ruthless Aggression era. SmackDown having the Cruiserweight division. Fucking Rey Mysterio holding the Cruiserweight title for fucking ever. Chavo winning it at one point. You guys get it. You guys get what I'm saying. Anyway, so overall, great match. Atmosphere fucking ruined it. So rather of a hype promo. Well, not rather of a hype promo. Obviously hypes you up, and it was decent. I guess it was okay. But rather besides that, nothing really to get you hyped up besides the actual promo. To at least kick off the show. Once again, Pyro. That's the main reason. Pyro. It gets you excited and stuff, and it wasn't there. I miss Pyro. It's been gone for years. And years. And years. It made a return when Kane came back to help out Bryan at one point. And then that was it. And besides the Pyro for the Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman stage break spot. But yeah, anyway, a pan to the crowd with a theme in the background is no fun unless there's Pyro, and then a pan to the whole crowd with the theme in the background. Those good old times after the Pyro, but no, it's just no more Pyro. I'm grieving the loss of Pyro here. Anyway, moving on. No Holds Barred tag team promo, and then yeah, it's whatever. No Holds Barred match. Reigns and Taker versus Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. Now this matchup right here is really what fucked me up. And it was just the fucking first match of the main show. And this right here is immediately what fucked me up. Big time. So basically, the crowd will start to chant a low Undertaker chant just before the dead man appears. Undertaker chants before the opening bell, this time louder. And then yeah, the matchup will actually begin. Roman works on the arm of Shane, followed by Taker as he starts to kick. He starts to kick ass basically, but as Old School is reversed by Shane, as Taker later shows off his always impressive striking department, later followed by a successful Old School this time around. Second time will be a charm for Taker in that department. Taker could still strike, he's still pretty good right there. Great stare down between Drew and Taker, followed by a great exchange of strikes from both men. So as we see right here, this is what's fucking me up. Taker is doing good. Hot tag as Taker begins to kick some more ass. Taker attempts the last ride Drew a table as Elias hits Taker across the back with a guitar. Fucking Elias came out of nowhere with that shit. McIntyre goes fucking apeshit crazy with claymores to both Reigns and Taker, which was pretty fucking cool. Shane hits an elbow drop Drew the table to Taker. And yeah, we know the classic Shane shit. Shane does it every fucking time. Jumps from top rope, hits the elbow drop Drew the table. He does it every fucking year. And every time we still question the man's sanity. He's too fucking old for his shit. So was Taker. Why did Taker have to take the spot? Why couldn't why couldn't Roman take the spot? Fucking Taker could have had a heart attack or some shit from that. Whatever. Bottom line, Taker, he's still alive, as we still see. Well, obviously, he's not. He's the dead man, but you guys know what the fuck I'm trying to say. We got that classic shit. Shane hits the coast to coast with the trash can to Undertaker, reminiscent of what he did to his father. Of course, at one point at Mania. Forgot which Mania that was, but you know that spot. Taker no-sells it and basically chokeslams both Shane and Elias as McIntyre will appear from behind Taker in an awesome camera angle. Like, that camera angle was awesome. So basically, McIntyre appears behind Taker, and then Roman fucking spears him out of his boots before McIntyre can even bother to hit the Claymore kick to Taker. That was a great camera angle. I love the camera angle. Fucking great work right there, Kevin Dunn. If that was him. Don't know. Whatever. Him and his fucking buck teeth. Anyway. Taker hits Tombstone to Shane and gets the victory for his team. Yeah. All in all, fucking surprising performance is what I have to say here. Surprising as in the fact, holy shit, it was a good match. And B, being holy shit, Taker didn't die. And C, being holy shit, Taker did well. So he's old, but he can still go at some times. He needs someone, to fucking, basically carry him. So Roman is obviously one of those people who could carry him as, basically make sure that Taker doesn't fuck up all much shit. But he didn't really need Karen. Taker had a good performance already by himself. Probably the best performance out of anyone, if you ask me. So yeah. Taker, after a match, tells Roman this is your yard now. He mouths it. I believe we didn't actually hear it, but he does mouth it. If you guys are watching, he does mouth it to Roman. So there you go. Crowd applauds Taker after a match, and yeah. Roman gives Taker the ring, and nothing really else. Just all in all, feel good moment for Taker. He still has it, and it's good, very good. Moving on to something that's not that fucking good. Rollins and Becky backstage interview. Yeah, it happened. Whatever. I fucking hate Rollins with Becky. I hated Becky ever since the man gimmick. I really did. If she was a face that was still building up. Obviously, I get why the heel turn happened, but maybe heel Becky was better than face Becky, because face Becky is just fucking annoying now. So, yeah, and then Rollins, fucking googly-eyed all over her and shit. That's just fucking horrible. What happened, Rollins? What happened to you? Still my favorite wrestler currently, but slowly but surely is losing that number one spot. Gonna fucking make Will Ospreay my favorite wrestler now, just for the use of that. Even though he lost to fucking Vance Archer at the G1. Who the fuck loses to Vance Archer? And yes, I'm saying Vance Archer. I'm used to 2010 WWE, that's why. Or 2011, where the fuck. Anyway, Raw Reunion is announced, and I'm pretty excited for it. It's always nice to see some old faces return for segments, and one of them will be Santino. So that's cool. The one that stood out to me the most was Santino. And Boogeyman, obviously. But mostly Santino. The legend that is Santino Marella is back, motherfuckers. That's gonna be fucking fun. Yeah. Gonna be the most exciting. Santino, obviously. Don't care about Stone Cold or Flair. Devon, Christian. I want Bubba and Edge. I don't want Devon and Christian. I'm kidding. I actually want all four of them. Anyway, the Revival defend the Raw Tag Championships against the Usos. Nice pin exchange from both Scott Dawson and, I believe, Jey Uso. Can't remember which one it was. Whatever. And stereo dives from the Usos, the classic Uso stuff. So always, Jimmy Uso is isolated for a while by both members of the Revival. The classic heel stuff works out very well to the Revival's favor, as always. Hot tag is made to Jey, I believe, I can't remember, as the ref didn't see the tag, and some great heel work is done once again by the Revival. Referee didn't see a tag, like some Motion Machine Guns versus Beer Money Inc. type shit from, Final Resolution 2010? 2008? One of those two. I can't fucking remember. Where? But it's like that thing. Hot tag this time is seen. This time around, the Rikishi has to face assisted Samoan drop. Only got the 2 for the Usos. Superplex and splash and pin attempt is later broken up by Jimmy Uso as a great moment of each member of each team staring down each other on all four corners. All four corners they're resting, all four corners they're staring down each other. It's a pretty intense exchange segment, I guess. Moment of the match, basically. So it's pretty nice. Great moment. Once again, another great match is done so far. After, of course, Usos looking to fly, but it's reversed for Shadow Machine and a win for the Revival. So, pretty good match, basically. Probably didn't exceed expectations, and I can see why they didn't really go all out. But for what it was, it was good. I liked it. So, Extreme Rules once again is putting on another fucking good match. Surprisingly. Pretty simple, entertaining promo for Aleister Black and Cesaro. I actually really like it. Simple, entertaining, nice. The matchup that I was looking forward to the most, Black and Cesaro, would now commence. Black Mass is immediately missed right off the gate, and Cesaro does the Black taunt, the sin in the middle of the ring. If only Cesaro did the flip, that would have been fucking pretty cool. Moonsault from the second turnbuckle to the outside by Aleister Black. Black gets caught into a fucking beautiful uppercut by Cesaro. Knee catches Cesaro in midair by Black. Black continues to work on the leg of Cesaro with a knee bar, as it is soon reversed by Cesaro into a sharpshooter and later a crossface. I was about to say cryptic crossface there, but no, just a regular crossface. He's not Benoit. Uppercut exchange from both as a neutralizer is reversed into a Black Mass, and Black goes over. Match of the night so far. Better than the tag match in the beginning of the night. And it lived up to every expectation that I had. I wish it went longer, though. I can see why. Obviously, the other shit needs to go longer. The main event needs to fucking be 30 minutes. So, yeah, but still. Liked it, basically. The match I was looking forward to the most. And it lived up. So, there we go. Segment between Truth, Metal Bliss, and Cross, which was funny enough, until the Street Profits appear and make it funnier. The 76ers are mentioned with the Trust the Process, which gets a pop. Trust the Process 76ers. Fucking that shit's been going on for 2 years now. Whatever. I guess trusting the process finally ends when they fucking make it far in the playoffs. I don't fucking know. When will the process end? Does it never end? No one knows. Shit's been going on for 2 years, and they're still trusting the process, at least. That hasn't worked out well. Although I'm a Nets fan, so I can't really be talking. But whatever. Next segment. I actually liked. Well, not next segment. Nice segment, I mean. And I actually liked it. So there we go. Moving on to this Meta Women's title match. Nikki Cross, Alexa Bliss vs. Bayley for this Meta Women's title. Also, when the fuck was Drake Younger a WWE ref? I've been seeing some different referees in NXT. Drake Younger is not one of them. So I'm guessing he's now a SmackDown referee. He also was in a match in a segment with Dolph Ziggler on SmackDown. So yeah, I'm guessing Drake Younger is now a WWE ref, no longer NXT. So there you go. That's interesting, I guess. Anyway, vicious dropkick by Bayley to Alexa while Bayley was stuck in the ring apron. Bayley byslams Bliss into Nikki Cross, which is, that whole classic segment, the whole classic spot that a whole lot of people do. Bayley later has a crossface to Bliss along with a leg lock to Cross. That was pretty cool. It was actually it was nice to see that from Bayley, especially since she's kind of boring. But then again, she could still wrestle. So there we go. Bayley ends up firing off both Cross and Bliss and retains via the top rope elbow drop to Nikki Cross in what was surprisingly a good match. It actually had its down moments, obviously, but it wasn't too bad. Better than Extreme Rules 2017 and the candlestick on a pole match between Bliss and Bayley, if you ask me. Because that was probably Alexa Bliss's most hottest attire, to be fair. Like, that was her best damn attire ever. But shitty match. Anyway, last man standing, Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman. I sadly missed the ending of this. And I still don't get what happened. Ryan Power Slam through whatever the fuck, and then whatever. We'll get to that when we get to that. Actually, action quickly gets started with a brawl between both Braun and Bobby, as Braun is obviously pissed off. Somewhat boring brawl in the crowd for a while. The brawl gets slightly better as it goes to merchandise areas. Spinebuster drew the barricade by Bobby Lashley later on, and that's when the match really starts to pick up. There was probably a table spot in the merchandise area as well. I didn't write that down, to be fair, though. And I didn't really pay attention to that, so I don't know. There probably was, though. I do remember seeing it, so I believe there was. Strowman is later buried under the German announce table, even though there's a gap where he could just crawl out under. But they used a different camera angle. To basically show that Braun is actually buried under the announce table. Even though he wasn't. He could just crawl out from the gap. But there. Bobby gets launched into one of the international announce desk and actually hits one of the commentators. I don't think it was Funaki. Good thing. We need to keep Funaki protected at all costs. I believe it was one that... I can't remember which one it was, actually. It wasn't Funaki's. It was... whatever which one it was, basically. I missed the final few moments of the match, but apparently some crazy shit happened, and Braun went over. He did the run power slam through whatever the fuck... production? Stuff, whatever it was. And he basically punched through the wall to reveal that he was the last man standing. So yeah, there we go. Rather okay match. Entertaining for what it was. I expected something way fucking boring. And it wasn't all that boring. It was better than I expected. So there we go. Props right there. The club backstage segment, I didn't really pay attention. So whatever the fuck, it was probably an interview, I believe. Daniel Bryan and Rowan defend the SmackDown Tag Team Championships against Heavy Machinery and the Usos. Otis just completely fucking bodies Bryan for a while. Obviously, he is the stronger of the two. Carried by Otis to Bryan Suplex crossbody pin attempt is broken up by Daniel Bryan. The always fucking scary ass spear that Big E does. The spear to the outside. I fucking hate when he does that. One time he almost fucking broke his neck. No, every time he almost fucking breaks his neck when he does that shit. All this teases a big dive, but instead jumps from the ring apron, which I will fucking mark out if he did a dive. If Otis did a fucking dive, a tope con hilo, a suicide dive, fucking springboard 450, how about that shit? Springboard moonsault, how about that? Imagine. But no, he just did, I believe, just a regular crossbody from the apron. Where, body splash, one of those two. But yeah, I wish. Compactor is broken up at 2.5 by Xavier Woods. Tower of Doom spot will sort of as Bryan sneaks in a tag after or before a suplex from E to Rowan, and it later leads to a great submission by Bryan. Submission hold by Bryan. Can't remember what it was. Like a Rings of Saturn, I believe, almost. Like a Batista bite, basically. Can't remember what it was. I do remember it was fucking awesome. He just basically eats them, yes, kicks, and wrecks Daniel Bryan. He completely eats them. He's not phased at all by it. He eats them and then basically wrecks Bryan. It leads to 2 bitch slaps by Bryan, and he just wrecks him up some more, basically. He basically fucks up Daniel Bryan, is what I'm trying to fucking say at this point. So yeah, E catches Bryan in midair, which leads to a midnight hour by the New Day for the win in another surprisingly good match. Extreme Rules has been surprisingly good so far. Catches Bryan, midnight hour. He catches him into the midnight hour, so there you go. And overall, rather pretty good. New Day segment turns into a Paul Heyman segment after, as they're in gorilla position about to separate, I believe. Heyman teases the Lesnar cash in as always, and great mic work from good old Paul Heyman, basically, as always. And well, it does happen later on, so it was a spoiler. Ricochet defends the United States title against AJ Styles. The club assault Ricochet before the bell. Moonsault from the apron to the outside onto AJ. Ricochet jumps off of AJ and hits an enziguri to AJ shortly after. Like basically, what am I trying to say? He does a flip. He jumps on Ricochet like a wall. He jumps on Styles like a wall. Flips after. He leaps off of him basically, and enziguri. You guys remember the spot. You guys know what I'm trying to fucking say. Dive to Anderson and Gallows by Ricochet. Springboard caught into a Death Valley driver into the knee by, of course, AJ Styles. That vintage maneuver right there. Powerbomb reversed into a Dragon Round by Ricochet to AJ Styles. Great indie spots. Striking exchange by both men. Springboard shooting star pressed by Ricochet to AJ Styles. By this point, shit has picked up for the better as Gallows sweeps Ricochet's legs out from under him as a Styles clash from the top rope gets AJ the win. And holy shit, every match so far has actually been either decent or a great match. And that matchup right there was another example of a decent to great match. So there we go. A lot of good stuff. Obviously, once again, not going to be 5 stars. This is going to be entertaining, though, and good. And, not boring. Answer, yes. So once again, Extreme Rules doing something good. We now go on into Dolph Ziggler take on Kevin Owens. The KO pipe bomb as I was gone for a couple of seconds. And I'm pretty sure I did miss the match, which I did actually. Basically, Stunner and Ziggler gets defeated in 17 seconds. And I missed those 17 seconds. I tuned in for the KO pipe bomb and stuff. So, yeah, that's what happened. Poor Ziggler. Small Joe backstage interview. Or more like, no. It was the gorilla position, actually. So, gorilla position interview. So Joe, once the match starts, Joe starts to work on the hand of Kofi as we now head into the matchup. Anyway, Irish Whip into, Powerbomb. Switched into an STF by Joe, and then Irish Whip into a Throne Paradise gets Kofi the win in a kinda underwhelming match. There really wasn't none to really write about it. It was rather quick and rather underwhelming. The curse of Joe not winning the championship continues, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it does. Great build-up, and just underwhelming. Worst match of the night so far, if you ask me. And the pay-per-view that had fucking great matches. The one that you think would deliver probably the most really didn't. Sadly enough. But whatever. That's okay, I guess, as we now go into the main event, which actually wasn't as shitty as we all thought it would be. Rollins and Becky defend both the Universal and Rollins Championships against Corbin and Lacey Evans. Decent match promo to start things off. As shot of Lacey Evans. We are back in the Ruthless Aggression era, boys. I didn't even notice it said Seth on it until the commentators mentioned it. That was some beautiful people type. The TNA beautiful people type stuff right there. We need more of that. Because reasons. Lacey tries to kill Seth but gets rocked with a hard-ass count 6 shot from Becky. So obviously Becky does not want that to fucking happen. Exploder suplex onto a pile of chairs by Becky onto Lacey. It was only not really a pile of chairs. It was more like 2 chairs. Just 2 chairs, but whatever. That worked off well, I guess. Rollins all of a sudden gets a table, and Lacey and Corbin beat down Rollins with candlesticks, double chokeslam, and then stereo kickouts are followed up as well for both Rollins and Becky. In stereo suplexes by both Rollins and Becky to Corbin and Lacey onto a ramp leg drop from the second rope through the table by Becky and Seth with a frog splash from the top rope by Rollins to Corbin, and all together, nice spot. End of days by Corbin to Becky, so there we fucking go. That was awesome. As Rollins starts to fucking kill Corbin with a candlestick, well, multiple candlesticks, I believe 2 or 3 actually. He murders him. He saw it, he got mad. That was great storytelling. For as much as I hate this referee, I have to admit, that's great storytelling. Followed by 3 curb stomps for both Rollins and Becky to retain until Lesnar appears to cash in. Lesnar hits an F5 and now has won the Universal title for a 3rd time. Brock Party, motherfuckers. Something we should have had was Brock F5 and Becky just for the hell of it because I hate her. But yeah. Besides the fact that we didn't get that, overall, great final way to end it off. What a fucking ending, basically, to a surprisingly good Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Overall, better than Fight for a Fallen. 3.9 out of 5. That's the highest rating I've given something ever. Fyter Fest even wasn't that good, and Fyter Fest I actually really like. To be fair, Fyter Fest, I didn't give it a rating. Did I give it a rating? I'm not sure. And if I didn't, well then, 3.8, basically, for me, for Fyter Fest. But, this, 3.9, actually better than Fight for a Fallen. And if you ask me, of course, actually better than Fyter Fest. Overall, WWE will defeat AEW for this pay-per-view. All Out, will it be better than SummerSlam? I don't know. If CM Punk returns, then bam, All Out is immediately better than SummerSlam. I'm kidding. Still sort of a Punk mark, so that's why I said that. So there we go. That was it. AEW Fight for Fun versus WWE Extreme Rules. Extreme Rules wins this one. It does. All the AEW marks and smarks are mad at me right now. But it's true. It's true. They win. Though they stepped up the game, they knew the competition was looming. They knew their competition was going to pull off a better, probably going to pull off a better show if they just did the regular cliche, all generic, bland pay-per-view stuff. And they didn't do that. I did not watch the Evolve show. I wanted to, but then again I realized it's going to be just a pain in the ass for me to review. So I'm not going to watch it, and I'm not going to review it. So there we go, that's it. WWE defeats AEW. And I'm not going to do Raw or SmackDown reviews. I'm just going to do pay-per-view reviews now. This shit takes forever to redo. So we're just going to do pay-per-view reviews. So probably next time we shall see you for this video will be SummerSlam and All Out, most likely. Or a different indie pay-per-view show. If TNA has another pay-per-view, then fuck it, we'll do that. So there we go. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.